Oh, she's like, oh, okay. You get shoulder privileges today. Don't abuse them.
That's the first thing on the
Bird
craft
agenda.
today. Hi everyone. Welcome to the first program of BB Library's summer reading program this summer. Even though it's the same thing I've been doing all summer, now it's officially summer reading program. Lucky me. Credit for both. You're gonna need that, Marina. So today, as you might be able to tell, I have, they're not going to be on camera, but you'll be able to see their art. Both my roommates have today off, so they are joining me at the table to craft, which means Afro might be quieter than usual because she has a shoulder to sit on instead of having to sit in her cage and yell at me from a distance. But, no, wait, hold on, let's see. Oh, and the bird, hello, Afra! Hi! How's it going? So yeah, she is much more up close and personal than usual. Usually she's behind like the big paint thing and can't really see me, and that's half the reason why she screams the whole time. So she's gonna help paint today. All right, so I don't have my rainbow on me, but I also didn't do anything to it from last week. So the rainbow is the rainbow from the week before. Today we're going to do some pretty much, I think, no-fail painting. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to create trees or bushes, depending on, if you want to do your paper this way, it'll probably be bush. If you want to do your paper this way, it's going to be tree. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to take a brown, you can also use Sharpies for this if you don't have like a brown paint, but if you want to. And you're going to take a brown or a green or anything that would work for like a trunk, and you're going to just kind of paint, line up the center, a thicker line, and then some thinner lines out from that. So that's what we're going to start with, and then I will talk about what we're going to do after, but you should make sure you have some sort of bottle with a fun pattern on the bottom, because that's what else you're going to need. So let me dish out some brown for myself, and then I don't know what the roommates want, but I'm going to offer the brown out to them while I do some painting, and then I'll show you. I'm only using printer paper. We don't really have white paper that's not printer paper. I could use like a color. I debated using construction paper, but I want the colors of the paint to show up real well. So I'm not gonna use anything other than that. So we're gonna just kind of paint my trunk here. What do I do? And the trunks are pretty easy. If you don't really know what you're doing, just paint a whole bunch of Ys, and it comes out looking pretty good. That is actually a trick I learned from Anne-Marie Galvin, who's done lots of craft programs at the library for our young adults, and that is basically what she's taught the kids and me over the years that she's been doing programs for us. And yeah, it works quite well. So yeah, I'm just gonna do maybe one more branch off this side. Here. Alright, so I think that's gonna be my base tree. Looking pretty good, actually. As I said, Ys are good. You certainly can make your trunk and branches thicker. I think I'm going to go for more of a bush, even though I'm going for the lateral, the vertical, because it's just where I'm at in my life. And I like the thinner trunk, honestly, for my own uses. And then what you need is one or two other colors, different from whatever you used for your trunk. And you want a lot more of it than what you'd usually use. Because basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take your bottom of your soda bottle. Yes, there's still soda in it. I'm a slob like that. And you're going to dip it into your paint so that the points all get colors. And then you're going to plop that down around your painting to make it look like if you use like a pink, it would look, which is how the example I've seen, it kind of looks like the cherry blossoms that you might find like in Washington, D.C. like a month and a half ago. But you can use any color you want. You could make a fall scene. You could do oranges and reds. You could do like pinks and yellows for like flowering summer. You could do green or flowering spring. You could do green for just flat out spring. Honestly, if you don't have a bottle, you could just end here and have it be a winter scene. That'd be fine. So I grabbed a green because we have a very large green. But I think I want a second color. So I think I'm going to do, we do have a pink, but I think I'm going to do an orange. Pumpkin orange. Well, no, that one's very empty. It's pretty empty. Let me see about this other orange over here. Orange. Excuse you, orange. Maybe I'm not going to get that orange because it does not want to come out. There it is. Okay. So just flat out basic orange. I'm going to put a whole bunch of, here's my very well used plate that I'm going to continue to use, except I'm just going to cover everything in orange and green instead of trying to keep to my colors. Ooh, this orange wants to come out quite enthusiastically. So we're going to pour. And you don't actually need like a lot of paint, but what you might want to do is put a good pile and then kind of spread it out a little bit with your brush, because that might give you yeah, this green's gonna open really funny, and I didn't realize it wasn't open till like 30 seconds before I started the video, so it might not come out real well. There we go. Ooh, it's a nice thick. Thick's good. So yeah, you can see my green pile and my orange. You can see how much thicker the green is than the orange. So I'm just gonna spread that way out so that I don't want to waste any, but so that I actually get like the size of my bottle. I'm going to waste a little bit because there's some on my brush. All right. So I'm going to not do that with the orange yet. So I'm going to do my green, start with my green, and then move on to my second color. So I'm going to just kind of squashy. And there you can see I've got the green on the bottom of my bottle. I'm just going to, your first one in particular is going to be, depending on your paint, might be a little globby. That's okay. All right, so I'm going to show it to you guys with the green. And then the one thing I'm going to have to do is wipe off the green off my bottle. If you have more than one bottle, then you don't have to do that, obviously. But here is my green. You can also always paint the color straight onto the bottom of your bottle, too, if you're worried about wasting. As I said, we have a lot of that green, so I'm not too worried about wasting some of it. But I am wasting a lot more of it than I thought I would. So I think with the orange, I'm going to paint it onto the bottle once I find a paper towel over here to wipe my green off. I might not surprise any of you guys who watch regularly, but Afra is all up in everybody's business. Really helping. She's really enjoying the tops of the bottles. That's her jam. Hope no one needed that paper towel. All right. And I'm going to rinse off my green because I haven't done that yet. All right. So I have a fresh brush, and I'm going to just, this time you can see I'm going to just paint, because the way the orange is, it's going to make more sense to just paint it on. Yeah, Afra, this is like the perfect craft for Afra because she likes the plastic and stuff, so she's very glad to be participating in this particular craft because she gets to have that. All right. Alright, paint some more on here. There's one. There's one right there. I'm saying, one of these days I actually need to put a new paper towel on this table because I keep using what we have lying around. And that is the advantage of having the roommates here painting along, is that when I'm like, oh God, I forgot something, I have someone to go get it without me disappearing off camera. All right, I think maybe just a little bit. And look, there's magical appearing paper towel.
Oh,
perfect. I'm going to put that on my lap. Might do. And if your hand's not shaky, this is going to turn out a lot better. My hand's a little shaky because it's just kind of, again, who I am as a human being. So, all right. So, let me wipe the orange off of here. At least enough that I can put it down without worrying that I'm going to decorate this lovely table that I use. All right. Put my bottle down. All right, then I'm going to hold up my green and orange tree. And, I mean, what you can always do, too, if you really, like, are, you know, more of a perfectionist, you can always, like, fill in some of the, with, like, now that you know where the spots are, with a, like a brush, and I have so much green that I could. Let's see if I do one of those. Let me get the orange off my... Orange off of here. All right, let me just take a little bit of this massive amount of green. Yeah, actually that looks good. I'm just going to kind of fill in some of my green ones that got a little, because like I said, I have so much green. The nice thing is it's not a super heavy paint project, even if you sometimes get globs. So even if you do it on like this kind of paper, it's not going to get super soaked and like fall down. So let me show you that again. So yeah, here it is with all the green filled in. And I am quite happy with how that came out. Pretty cool. So, well, the roommates are finishing up theirs. Let's talk a little bit about next week. So next week, I'll be back again, as usual. Next week I'm doing something a little different, a little more in line with the bird feeders that I did a month or so ago. I'm going to be doing two kind of mini projects instead of just one project. One's going to be toilet paper roll planters, sorry, not toilet paper roll, toilet paper planters. So you need a toilet paper roll, scissors, dirt if you have it. I'm going to actually be filling it with dirt, so you'll see what it looks like. And then I'm also going to be making homemade hummingbird feeders. Those are a little bit more, might not be something you have in your house. I only just ended up with what I needed recently because I used up a mason jar. So you need one of the little mason jars, maybe this tall. I'm not even sure I have one of the little ones. I might have to get one of the big ones. And you know, both the top that goes on and the ring that goes on. And then you need a hammer and a nail or a screw, anything that will puncture the tin on the top. Hi, Afra. She's more interested in being on camera. She really wants the top of my computer, is really what she wants. So she keeps, trying to crawl over to the top of my computer. And so those are the two things that we're going to do, and I will talk about how to make hummingbird food for the feeder, and then something to hang your feeder with, whether that is, you know, like a little bit of chain that you glue on, or a couple pipe cleaners, which is what I'm probably going to use. Fishing line, if you can tie it the right way, will work. Something like that will work perfectly to hang it. So that's what you need for next week's if you want to craft along. And yeah. Can I show off your... All right, we're going to show off Lynn's. She chose blue and purple. Oh, I really like the, like, very circular ones up here. Mm-hmm. There. And reversed on my... Actually, that's a very wintry one, too, because it's got kind of the winter colors. You have a very wintry tree, like it's snow instead of leaves. And Marina's still working away on hers.
I'm just about done.
She's doing 3 colors, so she's really, you know, stepped it up. to a whole nother level. And she's doing the paint on the bottom technique, which has worked quite well for her. Ooh, and she did a nice thick trunk. It's a thick tree. So her paper's a little wetter than mine, but once it dries, it'll be fine. It'll crinkle a little bit, but that's okay. So that's the other one. So as you can tell, 3 very different art projects, which is the good thing about all the art I do. I just don't usually get to show it off because usually I'm the only one on screen doing art. And yeah, that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We have another quick cameo by the bird. Hello, Afra. Hi. She's trying to decide if she wants to dance or if she's... I think she can see herself, so she's trying to figure out what's going on. Yeah, you never knew that that's what I'm doing when I'm talking to my computer. So anyway, I hope you all have a great afternoon. Enjoy the fact that it's so much more beautiful out today than it has been, which is probably why there aren't a lot of you watching. And the good thing about these is you can always watch them later too. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you this time next week.